If you not fucking with Philly, my nigga, we not fucking with you. 215 so we fucking die, feel me, homie?
Welcome back to the Center Podcast. Got Mark to my left, Quinton right. I have a beanie on because my hair is out of pocket. I'm gonna get a haircut tomorrow, hopefully. But just so y'all can save y'all the comments for people that watch this and know me in person, they're like, "Oh, your hair looks so. You need a haircut." Shut up. How y'all doing?
Good. I want to get that beanie cap, man.
Bro.
I can't trust those Instagram. I want to go find it.
You gotta find either go in person or you have to buy some shit that's not like $5. Like.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't trust like those Instagram links, them ads and all that with my credit cards too.
Cheap ass drones, and on top of that, you gotta like, at least if you get it from like a legitimate company, you can just do a return policy, something nice and easy. That just threw me off. Yeah, but yeah, we've been seeing it all over the place.
I know. I literally can't
see it before that cap. And I've seen a lot of people wear it. They were saying it was like somebody tweeted about it, like this man got a Scully with a strap back on it. But yeah, welcome back.
Snapback.
I'm feeling great. You know, just pulled off the prank of the century. My acting pinnacle as of right now.
Get your words right. Get your words right.
I'm sorry.
My actoring.
Did I say actor?
I think I heard that. I don't know. But yo, Vic.
I put on a show.
Vic's got some skills that I've never seen before for acting. I don't know who this is.
He's talking about me. You don't know. He doesn't know who I am. So. But yeah, so we have a specific topic. I brought this up earlier in the week, and I didn't want to really talk about it off of camera because I felt like this would be good. It can be an offensive topic if you're like that type of person, but if you watch us, you're probably not.
You're probably not offended.
Yeah,
if you watch us.
Why can't I remember? Just say it again. Because for some reason I can't remember.
We'll get into it. Either way, you don't really need, like, the minute I say it, you'll have a reply. So, disclaimer or whatever, we have no problem with anyone, okay? This is not...
Except that one guy.
As far as, if you're a dick, like, we have a problem with you. But, like, as far as, like, sexual orientation, who you are, gender, race, religion, sex, any of that.
Well, I mean, that one episode where Quinn didn't want to be in a sauna.
Yeah. It was all a joke. It was nothing serious.
But, yeah, we just want to say that beforehand. And that's not us trying to cover up our, like, shitty opinions or anything. It's just we're being very serious. Like, we don't, like, we fuck with, not to sound corny, but, like, the person is like, if you're a dick, you're a dick. If you're a good person, you're a good person. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with other factors. That's it. So please don't take it in the wrong way. This is just our opinion. And if you disagree with it, we can talk about it. If not, whatever, you can say if it offended you. We can try and figure out to apologize, whatever. But we're going to talk about this. If you don't want to hear it, then you can click off this week and come back. So, Thursday, come Thursday, because, you know... You got some fire, so yeah. So the question is, a little backstory. I was in class Monday.
So technically, if you're gonna be mad at anyone, be mad at his class.
True. So yeah, Monday I was in my English class. Shout out to anybody who's watching that is in it. Probably not, but you know, shout out to y'all. So we were.
Fuck them.
We were trying to. We had usually every class we have some readings, and then we come in and like we either write or talk about it. And this specific one, I forgot what it was, but exactly, it ended up being that we were trying to distinguish the definition between sex and gender. So basically, sex being what you were physically born with, like if you're born with a penis, then you're male, and if you're born with like female or a vagina, you're a female. And then gender is like man, woman, and what you identify as in society and stuff like that. That's like the definition. That's what people try to say the difference between the two. So just to avoid confusion, this is what we're talking about. Huh?
I'm a dragon. I identify as a dragon.
Alright, and we're perfectly fine with that.
Okay, I don't know how you're gonna fit in society, but you're gonna be like outside terror, just like with a little blowtorch, not even a lighter and some Febreze. But yeah, that was the whole premise. And then the teacher was like break up into groups, and then she had some more questions, and she was like just answer those. But then I usually speak with the same group because we all sit around each other, and the one guy turns over to me and he's like, yo, let me ask you a question. And he was like in private, like very quiet, everybody's talking over us so you can't hear it.
Let me secretly ask you a question.
So it's like us in the group. He's like, let me ask you a question. He's like, let's say you were a straight male, right? you go out to the club or wherever it's
You
at.
trying to say I'm not straight male?
No, I'm trying to set up the story or the situation, the hypothetical. So you're a straight male. You go out and to whatever you find a nice woman, and you go home. You know, you do what it do. You boom bop and the umlaut. You know, you wake up the next morning, and the woman turns over to you. I'm trying to be right with my words, so I don't know, because when we were talking about this, the guy was fucking up his words, and yeah. So
the bitch was fucking.
No. He kept saying female when it should have been woman, because females were born away from them, whatever. So the woman turns over to you, and she says, "I was born a male." And then he asked me, the guy that we're talking about with, he asked me, "Do you have a right to be upset?" And in my opinion, I would say yes. Now, for whatever reason, people in the classroom, like, really tried to eavesdrop, and like just that one person was like, basically, "You don't feel comfortable?" It was one of those. Yeah. So they blew up the question to something that was completely personal, one-on-one. We were trying to be like respectful and just have our own little thing. And somebody blew it up and made it this whole big thing and added on to it and made it seem like it was something that was very offensive, and that's not what it was. And then it whole became a class discussion. So
Nice.
I believed in what I believe in what I just said, and he agreed, and there was people that agreed with me too. Some of them shut up because they were in the minority as well as I. And I didn't want to back because I just felt that was my answer, and I didn't say it to be offensive, but that's how I feel.
But your opinion's your opinion.
Yeah, but I'll get into it. So, yeah, first off, I want to say, what are you guys' opinions on it?
I mean, not that I would be upset as to like, why didn't you just tell me?
Exactly. So you felt like she she should have told you.
Yeah, I feel as though you're being like. Cynical is the word, maybe.
Cynical,
you know, there you go. A silicone, you're being silicone. Well, no, like if we're gonna get intimate and like we're about to, you know, consent to each other, should at least told me and like,
right.
Who knows, maybe I get down like that. Shit, you know?
Exactly. Because again, I just want to hear you out and then out because you guys are saying exactly what is whatever.
Yeah, I mean, because just like that, it's like
I just gave you my nectar.
Anyway, so I just feel like, just like Quinn said, like if you're like doing something like that, almost seems like you're trying to do this without me knowing. Like it should be something you just like let the other person know. Like if you go and tell me this exactly like right after 2, you're gonna make me think you're like, oh, you wanted this to happen on purpose without me knowing. Like it's not gonna make me feel as like I trusted you to do this. Like
so yeah.
It's just strong.
That's like, isn't that kind of like almost like someone being like, "Oh, we had sex because like I drugged you last night," right? Kind of, maybe like. I mean, it's not as like fucked up as that, but like
just being that, like you were with.
It was being secretive and like.
Yeah, you were trying to manipulate in a way. Not manipulate, but just be. It seemed in a way for the person who doesn't know, it seems like deceitful.
He said it like that. Yeah. He was really pushing for us to agree with him. It's like, right? Huh? Yeah. Right.
We both were like.
I'm like,
But,
bad example. Sorry.
But yeah, so y'all, this is what I was saying. I was like, I'm gonna talk about this just because I felt like we would all kind of.
Man, I kind of hope we don't get famous because this shit's gonna bite us in the ass.
We all mutually agree. We're trying to be respectful as we can. So
we're sorry if anybody gets offended, even though we're not, you know,
trying to be.
Yeah.
So we all mutually agree. That's why I was like, I don't know if we talk about this because I don't know how much we could really have to talk about it. But so this played out, and you basically were saying what I was saying. It was like, and he was saying as well, is that it's not in a sense of like he would have a problem with the person being transgender.
Right.
It's more about that I'm a straight male. I was under the assumption that you were born a woman or born a female. I'm sorry, and that's what I'm attracted to. You have the right to be attracted to when you're attracted to. Like,
yeah.
I'm into females. I'm like.
But well, hold on. So wait, she's not like a no. Sorry. Go ahead. You got it. I'm right. Sorry.
Okay.
Fighting with himself.
No. Ferocious. But so yeah, the whole idea.
Not again.
Yo, shut the fuck up. What's up, y'all?
So yeah, the whole thing was like, so my whole reasoning or logic behind this, had nothing to do with that. Like again, he was saying as well is that it hadn't, like, if you were to told me, like, while we were having discussion, like, cool, I enjoyed your company, but I don't want to take it to that level just because that's not what I'm into. So I was like, right, I completely agree. And also on top of that, it's like, it's the same. I don't want to. All right, so I'm gonna say this. I'm not trying to compare it as two of the same things, but they're related in a sense because they both have to deal with sex. So, if you're gonna hook up with somebody, and you knew you had an STD, wouldn't that be something you want to bring? Because you know you're about to get intimate with someone. That's something that's important to that situation. And I'm not comparing being transgender or wanting to identify as a different gender as it being a disease or anything like that, but it's something that if you went through that surgery where you wanted to be where you had to have, like, say, I don't know what the proper surgery is, but change your body parts or whatever to appear as the opposite sex, then that's something I feel like you should mention as well. And the whole thing that they were saying is that, like, they shouldn't have to explain themselves to you. Like, it's not the idea of explaining it. It's just something that I feel as though should be brought up.
Now, this is what I was thinking, because like you were saying with the whole STD, I feel like it's like a little bit different. If you don't say anything and y'all don't use protection, that's even worse. But it's the same thing.
That's also a crime.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And it's also, even if y'all do use protection and then you tell somebody after the fact, it's like, you really just got me to have sex with you without me being aware of how dangerous this could have been for me. Not so much you, because it's, you know, it's already done, deal for you. But the fact that you just thought it would be okay and that I should, you know, go on with this, only realizing that's the end of it.
I see their part, though, also. Yeah. Being that... So the part, like, they don't have to explain themselves, bullshit. We're getting intimate. It's different if, like, I was buying you coffee. You don't have to tell me shit. Because I'm buying you coffee. Yeah. So whatever. But if we're getting intimate, you know what I mean?
That kind of goes in.
Whenever it becomes appropriate, that's when you bring it up. You're not going to bring it up like if you're at the club, like...
Yeah, I'm going to be like, hey, I used to be a girl.
Yeah, like... It's like, all right, now
you cool with that?
Let's get, it's getting to that point. We should probably mention this. But, and he was like, because it's not, like, lying is almost the same as, like, holding back information. Right. Even if they don't say they are or aren't, you still withheld information. But it's like if you're in a relationship and you tell your girl, and you don't mention anything about cheating on her.
Right.
But you cheated, like, you didn't mention it. Like, that's still just as bad as saying, oh, I didn't cheat on you. Like, you know you did, and you didn't say anything about it. Even though she didn't ask, that's still fucked up.
Yeah, but I see what they're saying. So, like, I don't want to fuck up. I'm not in college, y'all. I'm still, like...
That has nothing to do with it.
I don't want to, like, you know... I'm not politically correct a lot. So what I'm going to try to say, just fix my words for me. I'll say it and then just fix my words for me.
We'll be your autocorrect.
Yeah, please. So, like... Basically, I see their aspect of it as in, like, yeah, she used to be male, right?
Mm-hmm. You're good.
But now she's
female.
She's
a woman.
She's a woman. She considers herself a woman. And so, therefore, it's like, if she considers herself a woman... and society sees her as a woman, that male part is gone with the wind and, like, basically away. Mm-hmm. So technically, it's not gay.
But it's more about, it's not like like being a...
Because, I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, like, if I hooked up with a chick and she's fine, and she'd be like, yo, I used to be a dude, I'm like, oh, baby, you still fine.
But my whole like,
I feel,
like, even though they're rid of that part of the body.
Yeah.
Like, there's still, like, there's more to being a male than just having a dick. Like, there's, like, deeper, like biological shit.
I'm just thinking of shit in my head of, like, if I can't open a jar of pickles, she probably can.
All right, this is where we get into the offensive shit.
Sorry.
Wrong thing. You said it.
We were going so well.
I'm sorry. Just cut it.
But no.
I was looking the same thing though. Like I understand. Like in a sense, like it all depends on the situation. Like we're saying, like if it's for sex, like yeah, you should go and let the other person be aware of that. But I was also saying, like if it's not in that situation, I mean, like no one has a right to have to be in their business for them to have to let them know like something that happened to them. Like
so they were saying like their argument was, oh, you should ask. And it's like, say if you're in that type of stuff, like I get it.
It didn't happen.
Like I obviously.
But I'm not gonna sit there and ask every person I come across. Yo, like, so what used to be?
That's what I'm saying. Like, all right, so I get their point. It was like, yeah, like
child.
If that's something that's
I'm an adult now.
if that's something that was concerning to you, then obviously you can ask that. But that's something that's not necessarily easy to do. Like that's not like like imagine obviously you can go ask, but if you're wrong, that just kind of ruins the whole like thing there. Like that's kind of. And also, not like, offensive, but it's just like I was like if you're if somebody came up to you like, were you born a woman or a female? And it's like kind of like.
Joe, you know what I find offensive? What I find offensive is that at work, when I be coming through and it be a little dark, but they see like the breast assist, they're like, "Oh, she coming." I'm like, "I'm a male. I'm a fucking guy."
Like there's nothing wrong with being one or the other. It's kind of like the same thing as like race almost. It's like all right, you're Puerto Rican, right?
Black.
We got this all mixed
up. Identify as black.
Well, you are. You are partially, but the whole thing is like you're Puerto Rican, right?
Yes.
Somebody comes up to you, is like, "Oh yeah, I'm Puerto Rican." He's like, "No, you're Mexican." So there's nothing wrong with being Mexican, but it's like I just told you I'm Puerto Rican. And you're being a.
You know what's so funny? Last year that happened, right? And I mentioned I was like, "Yo, I hate when people come up to me and be like, oh, what's up, you wetback Mexican?" I'm like, yo, I'm not fucking Mexican, I'm Puerto Rican. And somebody was like, oh, what's wrong with being Mexican?
It's like, there's nothing wrong. It's just, I'm not
fucking Mexican.
Same thing with your name. It's like, all right, what's up? It's like, oh, yeah,
what's up, Quinn?
It's like,
yo, everyone that comes across me on PSN, cannot say my name right. It's Quinn Bino. Quinn Bino.
Don't call me that in your fucking life.
Quinn Bino.
Yeah, say it's like somebody's like, oh, yeah, my name's Quinn. It's like, all right, and then they say fuck it up completely. It was like, what's up, Michael?
What's up, Quanton?
Like, no, my name's Quinn.
Quanton? Yo, do you remember that story?
You've heard Quanton?
Yes. At my fucking aunt's house, we were having like a birthday party or something like that. Bull come in, right? He like, oh, hype about it. He like, yo, what's up, Quanton? And then everybody started cracking the fuck up. He was like, what the fuck you just called him? And he was like, what, that's his name, right? He was like, no, his name Quinn. He was like, oh, shit. I done shook his hand and called him Quanton. Fucking croissant.
Yo, I'm dead.
Quanton.
You said, what's up, Quanton?
I know, right?
Quanton.
Talking about Progresso.
I would have been crowd.
Yo, I've heard
just
like
everybody else.
Bro, I've heard Gwen. I've heard Gwen. Gwen. No, like literally Gwen. That's what they have the time people say on PSN. They be like, hey, what's up, Gwen? Or like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yo, y'all really like not seeing the cue.
Like, I'm like, yo. First off, say quarter. You don't say water. You say quarter.
Quarter.
You don't.
But in the sense though, that doesn't go with your name.
But it's still a QU don't make a gu sound.
But it's still in a way though. It's like quarter and quint. I don't know. It's just the U kind of.
When you look at a Q, you say G.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying he's wrong about that part of it being a G. I'm just saying. Like,
well, I don't know any other QUI names or anything like that. Quill.
Gwil.
Yo, pass that Gwilt. Like, yo, chill.
Yo, chill.
So they were like, yeah, back to the discussion. So yeah, they were saying you should ask. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but that's something that's very touchy. That like if you're trying to talk to it, like say if you ask that and the girl you're trying to talk to isn't transgender, it's like that. It's kind of weird. Like that's how do you go off? How do you?
But like
how do you move on from that?
I don't
see. The only thing they go and think about the rest of the night.
But like a lot of these people
really just asked me if I was.
I don't know if like a lot of these people haven't had sex. But there's a lot of like talking right before it, like you know what I mean? Because a lot of them be like, well, did you get consent? Did you guys agree on the condom choice? How do you know if she's allergic to latex?
That should be stuff that should be thrown like if that's something that concerns you or the other person, that's something you should mention.
Right. It's not that I should ask you like, yo, do you need lambskin condoms?
Yeah, like that. Like you're not gonna like obviously in a sense like you could ask that. Like, but for like sometimes like if they didn't need that, they'd be like, no, the fuck, like just put the condom on. like
you just ask me. I eat sheepskin condoms.
Like, no, just put it on.
What's your preference?
But if somebody who needs that, they should probably be the ones to, because like you're not gonna.
You know what? I had somebody ask me. They said, if you get fucked with a sheepskin condom, do you fuck sheep? Or like, if someone fucks you with a sheepskin condom, are they fucking sheep? I was like, no.
It doesn't. There's a lot more to sheep than just a fucking skin.
No, them like.
Are you fucking a tire if you use a regular? If you use a regular.
Latex, are you fucking a glove?
It goes. An example of that, basically saying like they should tell you is also like saying like if you're allergic to something and someone's giving you something, what you gonna just sit there and eat it and not?
Well, I guess
say something.
A lot of people try to think like, you know, if you're gonna make cookies, don't you ask if someone's allergic to peanut butter, like. Or don't you ask if someone's allergic to...
Because they don't like peanut butter, right?
Right.
So if you want to have sex with someone and you kind of like want to be cautious, like, oh, maybe they're not into like males, like this and that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
it's the same. It
should be it should be the same way.
It's like if you.
Did I just do something there?
Oh no.
So
accidentally.
So the person just brought something up. Or the person that asked me the question brought this up as well. It's like, this is the same thing as like, and it was kind of funny for the people that like agree. We were kind
of. Well, hold on.
Can I get my point out?
No, fuck.
Well, hold on.
Well, wait a darn minute. Just wait a darn minute.
Well, no, you wait. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I have something to say. Before you forget, I'll remember. Go.
You better start for us.
I forgot.
You dead ass.
Dead ass forgot.
You said, hold on.
Wait a damn minute.
Yeah, because I didn't say Red Dead, just his voice. Go ahead.
Are you
that's
serious?
too damn bad.
Go ahead, bro.
You can't be.
Well, that's too damn bad.
Bro, I know you're not serious right now that you forgot.
I forgot, bro.
The more we
How?
Just keep talking. I'll remember.
Deeper and deeper, so we just should stop talking and let him go in his,
You were talking about the peanut, like the cookie thing, whatever. That's just to see if you can remember from that. But the guy brought up.
Why were they eavesdropping?
Because they're fucking weak. And then not only that,
I knew you needed to talk for me to remember.
Imagine if that shit came out like 5 minutes later and you just he's dropping.
Because like you said, everyone was talking. There had to be that one person like.
That's what I'm saying. Like one person was like, "Hold on, what are we
sitting there doing the work and just?"
Somebody was like, "Hold on, what are you guys talking about?" I'm like, and then not only they said it out loud. Like you could have just like, "Excuse me."
Wait, are you being biased about sexuality right now?
I'm sorry.
Somebody saying, just across the room, you just seen somebody stand up. Hey,
are you being sexist? Feminist attack!
This is where we get into the offensive shit, Quentin.
I'm sorry.
Yo, I just picture everybody just standing up charging.
What?
You see all their heads turning at the same time.
These lunge in slow-mo. But yeah, so again, they're just being like they could have easily just asked to be a part of the conversation, but they had to say out loud to the point where the whole class heard it, and then somebody else heard it. It's like, hold on, what y'all talking about? And then everyone swarmed in.
Hold up.
And then not only that, they were coming off in the sense they were trying to twist our words in a way that we weren't trying to argue.
I hear your hick trying to come out, bro. Just let it out.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Everyone talking about
I'm sorry, I'm fucking bilingual. What do you want me to do?
Talking about.
Have you heard my dad? There you go.
Have you heard my mom? She's black.
Just straight up.
What are your siblings' name again?
My sister's name is Tanisha Levon Vega. My name is Quentin Andre Torres. Nice to meet you.
But yeah, so the guy brought up as an argument because they what?
My sister has that black ass name. Levon Vega.
The only thing that saves her is the Vega.
Yeah, it throws it back in to make you think, oh, okay, she's not black.
It's like, who made a joke? I think it was Carlos Mencia. He made a joke like that. It was like, for Filipino people.
Yeah.
It was like, there's like a mixture of like Asian and Spanish. He was like, I was like, I went to the Philippines, I talked to somebody and they introduced themselves, like, his name was Guangping del Toro.
Guangping del Toro.
I was like, oh, what the fuck? But yeah, the guy brought up, because they kind of like come at me, he's like, let me give you like an alternative example, basically your cookie thing. But let's say if you're a vegan, right? And you come to my house, or I come to your house or something, and like, I tell you a burger's vegan, and it's beef. And that's where we got the laugh out, because, like,
yeah.
The female the woman used to be a male. It's like, you told me it was vegan, but you gave me beef. And that's when, yeah. And then there's like, that's a completely different thing. It's like, if someone is vegan and you know that, and you purposely give them something that you know that they're not interested in.
Yeah, exactly. That's why exactly good. But listen, I get hit.
Yeah, I understand, but in a way, what if the person doesn't know?
Well, that's the point. It's like if I knew Victor, right? If I became a woman, and I was ready to hook up with Vic, and I'm like, you see, I feel as though I'm taking advantage because I know Vic, but in Vic's mind, he thinks and he's aware he's about to get intimate
with a woman,
or
a female in his,
and a female, and like at least I should let them know, like, hey, I used to be male. Vic might still get down like that, and if he do, that's what's up.
What's up, I hear you.
But I know, which is like you, like say if you're in the, I know he's saying he's in the position of being a trans woman. You would assume, maybe you think, since somebody approached you think that they know that, and they're basically what you're trying to get at.
Yeah, another thing is, what you were trying to show in this example, you were saying, you know Vic, right? I'm pretty sure Vic knew Quentin, and I was know where Quentin wanted to switch his, etc. I'm pretty sure Victor would like be a little, worried about where Quentin went because he wouldn't be seeing Quentin anymore for a while, and I'll just be asking.
Yeah, in the other person's defense, is just like you don't know what the person knows, but it goes both ways, and it's like if you know something that you're not sure the other person does, then.
Like out of nowhere, Victor just get a text from like Quenisha, never hears from Quentin, and it's just like, hold
Quenisha
up. He just like, hold up, where'd Quentin go? He just like, texting Quentin and never responds back. Makes a
whoever's child's name is Quenisha is not a cute child.
That's wrong.
Yeah, so basically at the end of the day, in my opinion, and I guess you guys as well, you guys feel like that's just something that person should bring up before the encounter instead of after. Yeah. Because they were saying it was like, oh, it shouldn't change your decision because you're attracted to women. Like, well, I'm attracted to females that people were born females and they identify what they were born as. Uh-huh. That's what the person is attracted to. It's just a lot of times we combine the two as like one and the same. Because if you say, oh, you're a female, you're a woman, like that's what we're used to saying before. Is like we kind of combine the two all the time. But now, since all these things with like transgender and rights and stuff like that, it's kind of different in a sense now, where it's like a female doesn't necessarily constitute a woman.
A female could be a man.
And a woman can be a man could be
a male could be a woman.
I think we just said the same thing twice, but they get our point. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Bro, it's a lot going on up here.
It's a new it's
like I'm stuck at 12th grade still. Y'all niggas in 14th grade.
But yeah, like it's definitely a new like they didn't like our parents don't know about this shit.
I know, like, y'all can't get mad at us. You gotta have to understand, like, our demographic weren't raised to like basically think open-minded like that. Like this is open-minded to us right now because our parents are closed-minded.
If they were here right now, they'd look at us like we're
they would fucking probably not invite us to Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Christmas. You're
Christmas, fool. But like seriously, like like you guys just don't understand, man.
Y'all don't understand. Y'all just don't.
No, like a lot of you have to understand because you parents are older as well, but like
yeah.
Are very close.
We're trying our best.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
we're learning too.
Like we're really trying not to offend anybody, but
you can, and I hope you guys can see that. Like
that's the last thing we want to do.
So it's funny because we had this like I remember this like kind of conversation came up in I think it was Strunk's class, Quentin. There was one time this kind of like happened. Not the whole fact of like you're about to get intimate with somebody, but just the fact that like would you be attracted to a
male that transitioned to a woman.
Yeah, and would you like do that? I remember I said I was just personally I said no.
But like how you can't know.
Yeah, but like if I were to know that information,
yeah,
I would say no because I
mean, no lie. Half the time, like I'll probably be like, they cute, but like I ain't gonna.
Yeah, because they have. Because I mean, the whole thing is that and what you're trying to say, you're attracted to females that identify as being women. Not someone who is transgender. It was nothing you're allowed to do. Like same way somebody says I have a preference for certain races, stuff like that. It's whatever. So, lost my train. But yeah, so you're allowed to have that opinion. Like that's your thing.
And like there was other people in the class that said the opposite of me. Said they would be fine. And I was like,
fine.
all right.
That's cool.
But I remember once somebody specifically, like when I said no, he was like, "You really wouldn't do that? You really wouldn't be okay with that?" I was like,
I feel like I have an idea.
Not okay with that.
I was like, no, I
see. I hate when people word it like not okay. Listen, not being not okay. It's just I wouldn't.
They make it seem like we would fucking hang them or something.
Like you have a problem with it.
Like no,
they
like
make it seem like
I'm
I
just
treat
saying,
them any different or anything.
I'm just saying, like I can see what you're saying, like, but like that's what I'm saying. I hate when people take things a little too far and try to twist your words around and make it like
that's what was
they come out of context of it. Like them people who eavesdrop, they just caught a piece of it and then took it out. It was like out of context.
And then when we tried to explain it, they just yelling over us because they already heard the initial part.
Exactly.
It was annoying.
So, like that's one of the things that I find annoying about 2018 and going so forth is like no one can just share their opinion. We can't just have regular debates anymore. Like we can't have a debate and be like, all right, bro, so lunch later?
Yeah.
It would be like, oh, fuck you fucking Republican.
Yeah, like
you fucking racist ass motherfucking supremacist.
Like,
Get the fuck out of my
that.
face. Like
there's a different just because that's another thing too. It's kind of difficult because that brings into is like if you hear one thing, it's like I identify as Republican.
Yeah.
You think everything that qualifies or like stereotypical under Republican, you agree with all that. That's not always the choice. It's like we were raised Catholic. We went to Catholic school.
And I sure as shit don't agree with everything there.
That's what I'm saying. You don't agree with everything that they preach. That's just how it, like you can't like even with candidates that are Democratic.
Yeah.
It's like all right, majority of the stuff like, I agree with, but there's some things in there you can't have everything.
When I was doing my research on some of the candidates that were coming up for the election, like a lot of the things I didn't agree with some of the Democrats, but then again, like I didn't agree with a lot of the Republicans. But so who am I gonna go with?
The one that you fit with more.
The one I fit with the most. So it's me being a Democrat, like you know what I mean, doesn't mean that I'm always so blue. Mm-hmm. You understand? Like people just don't get that. People can't have any more debates or anything like that.
So back to the whole thing you talked about, Strunk's class, whatever.
Yeah.
So that I don't know.
Chunky.
But, so basically, it's like it's okay with at first sight. Obviously, if they look like a female and you think it's a woman, you're going to be attracted because it has the same traits of what you.
Yeah, that's what you're used to.
You know what people probably think like this. Like if I come up to her and I'm like, damn, like you kind of cute, like what you identify as, and then she be like, well, I was born a male. I'm gonna be like, ew, get the fuck away from me! What the fuck? No, like we're just gonna be like
assemble.
Like it's not gonna be like
it's
that.
Just like oh, okay.
That's not what we mean. That's not how we're gonna react.
You're a good-looking person,
right?
That's it. I'm not gonna take any further just because that's not what I prefer.
That's not what I'm down with.
Yeah.
And when like I said I wouldn't be down with that, like there was a bunch of people that said the thing like would.
Are you saying you will be down with it? Because that's fine.
No, I didn't say that.
That's fine.
No one cares.
But
say no. No, but like also like people.
He was in the middle of it.
Sorry, go ahead.
You were whispering to them.
Let's get into it.
I was just saying, yeah, there's a bunch of people that were saying they were fine with it, they would be okay with it. I was just one that said I wouldn't, and like a person would just be like, tell me like, it wouldn't be like cool, like okay with that. I was like, no, I wouldn't. They were like, wow. I was like,
that's gonna be the one person when the podcast blow up, they're gonna be like, did you know Mark was like?
I'm just not.
And it's frustrating because like what you're saying is you can't really have discussions where you differ anymore because people get so their hearts too into
and they get too biased.
It's like even in the classroom, like it got to the point where you're trying to like back up our logic and like how we felt was right, and they're like, "Oh, you're transphobic. Oh, you're masculine."
They did not call you transphobic.
Yes, the teacher and the students, and then even like they're like, "Oh, your masculinity is soft," and all this. Like it hasn't like
it has nothing to do with that.
Just because you're a guy that has sex with guys, that doesn't make you any less masculine than someone who fucks women.
There are so many masculine gay guys like
that has nothing to do like. It has nothing to do with that. And then they're trying to say, oh, you're soft, you're too sensitive, all this other stuff.
It's like, funny. You know, half those people probably disagree with the professor just because he or she.
Or she doesn't identify as either his they or they.
Oh, they. So they probably just agree with the professor just because they are the professor, but they aren't higher knowledge just because they're the professor.
Yeah. The professor was the one that was like, yeah, I find your question to be very transphobic. That they was the one that started it. Believe it or not. But yeah, where can they find you guys?
I just want to say something real quick. Honestly, I have trans coworkers. I have trans friends. I love all of them. I love everyone equally.
I'm not racist. I got black friends.
I'm not.
My president is black.
I'm not racist. I got a Negro. No. I'm playing. No, but like honestly, like don't take anything we say offensive. It's just our opinions. This is just a debate. If you guys want to have a debate, we can have a friendly debate. Don't fucking shoot at me or something like that. But
hey,
no,
yo,
like,
Quinn! You said you ain't like trans!
Never that. Never said
Never
that.
said.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, somebody's gonna probably watch our minute video and take it out of context and blow it up. But whatever. Like, honestly.
Again, like we said, we respect everyone regardless of all that stuff. It's more.
Yeah, we love everyone equally. I love everyone equally.
Unless you're
And
like,
I get down like that.
unless you're like a Cowboys fan or something.
Yeah, get the fuck out. Yo, if I see one more Cowboys fucking bumper sticker, that shit getting shut up.
Where can they find you?
I better not see that shit in Philly, dog. I don't give a fuck if you a fucking Texas native. Get the fuck out.
Oh my god, this is so funny. I'll tell you after. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Marky Mark. Quinn, where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Q etc. and twitch.tv/real etc.
And me on Instagram and Twitter at YoungDaggerVic and etc. stuff real etc. The emails are etc@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Shut up.
Yes, sir.
I didn't say nothing. But Mark said something.
Hey.
Follow what's Edwin's John?
I got you right now. It's not. It's like
at XEL_V2.
It's not. I think it's just
It's
X.
not.
Hold on.
Give us a moment.
Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Right here. XL_2.
XEL_2 on Twitch, Instagram, all that other stuff. Or yeah. So XEL_2.
That's our friend
on
Edwin.
Twitch. Our friend. He was just on our Thursday video from our stream highlights. So go show him some love. And
Get him to 50 followers so he can become affiliated with Twitch.
Anybody else? Anything?
He's at 31.
Anything?
Nope.
Anything? All right. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye. We love everyone. Don't be all soft about it.
I love
We
you.
didn't mean to offend.
Let's get debates back. Strong debates.
I love you.